Hey students, so I want to talk about upper and lower bounds when you're doing multiple steps in a calculation. So for example, if I had a triangle like this, and I knew it was a right angle, and I knew this side was 13, and this side here was 12, and I wanted to find the upper and the lower bounds of the area of the triangle, I'm going to remember my formula. Area is 1/2 times the length times the width. And so I need to know what this side length is right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. But I need to be careful. I need to think about these original measurements are not what they seem. These might be errors. So really I'm going to call this side A, and I'll call this side B, and I'll call this side C. Really, when I'm setting up a squared plus b squared equals c squared, I've got a small version and I've got a big version. So let's look at the A. A is the number 12, so that really could be in between 11.5 and 13.5. Same idea. The letter C could be in between 12.5. Sorry, I wrote the wrong thing down for A. A could be up to 12.5 because that's the upper bound of 12. And C could go up to 13.5 because it has two significant figures, so to make the bound I go one significant further. So to find my lower bound of area, I go 11.5 squared plus b squared equals c squared. So what I'm doing is taking my two lower bounds for this one right here, grab a calculator. Okay, so 11.5 squared is 132. Whatever, use the same color, 132.25. And then 12.5 squared is 156.25. So I subtract 132.25 from that, and I get b squared is 24. So the square root of 24 is 4.899. Then I can repeat the same process using the upper bounds. So I can set up 12.5 squared plus b squared equals 13.5 squared. I already know this is 156.25. 13.5 squared is 182.25. Subtract the 156.25 to get b squared by itself. So b squared is 26. Square root of 26 tells me that b is 5.099. I just chose to go to the same level of precision. Now using those answers, I can get the area. So area is going to be, the lower bound for area is going to be 1/2 times the lower bound for A, 11.5, times the lower bound for B, 4.899. And that all comes out to be, let's see, 11.5, 1/2, 4.899, boop, and we get 28.169. And then I'm going to do my upper bound. My upper bound is going to be 12.5. Oops, I got to get a 1/2 in front of that. 1/2 times 12.5 times 5.099. And that gives me 31.869. And so then I can finally finish the problem and say that my area is smaller than 31.869, but bigger than or equal to 28.169. And I hope you can see how those are different answers that you would get from just using the 12 and the 13 as is and then doing the upper and lower bounds at your answer. You need to use the upper and lower bounds on the original measurements because the original measurements are always an approximation, and it's from that original approximation that the errors propagate. So please comment. Let me know if there's anything weird. Maybe I did something wrong, or if you have any questions. Thanks.